If you go back 3 decades and you look when Barry Alvarez started this thing, there's been a progression of sorts. And the early progression was from a know-nothing, do-nothing Big Ten program to a program that could win this conference, that can get to a Rose Bowl. To me, this is the next step in that evolution. Because we know that Wisconsin can play with anybody. We know that they can play against those teams that we call faster, or Miami a couple months ago, and either outmuscle or in some cases outrun them. To me, the next step in that progression is to go from being, we're a top 10 football program every year, to being a top 4 team. But I look at Wisconsin as having knocked on the door for a generation, and we're at the point now for Wisconsin when it's time just to kick the door in.
It's been 7 months since the Wisconsin football team walked off the field in Miami after a win in the Orange Bowl, completing perhaps the greatest season in program history. With summer in full swing in Madison, the Badgers aren't weighted down by the expectations of an encore.
Just hanging out and fishing with the guys you play with. It's definitely going to make a better team. Just going to make everyone have a lot more fun.
I could do that.
I'm about to get them,
You're
though.
not even fishing. Bro.
Go ahead, take
You're
it.
still not catching them.
Go ahead, take it. Go ahead, take it.
Bro, give him a little jolt.
Go ahead, take it.
You're not a fisherman.
Bro, he got to take it
There's
first.
8 fish right there.
He got to take it. Oh, here we go.
We got a keeper.
Nice.
Show the camera there, Bo.
In a couple of weeks, it's going to be all business. It's going to seem like all business, all football, season hype, all that stuff.
The first piece of business for Michael Dieter and teammates TJ Edwards and Dakota Dixon is stepping into the spotlight to address the expectations of a team that has many on the outside, predicting big things in 2018.
I truly believe that teams are a reflection of their coach. And I think you look at Wisconsin, they're very tough, never get too high, never get too low. That's a team that plays very smart, they're very aggressive, and they win.
I think if you're not picking Wisconsin to either win the Big Ten outright or contend for a college football playoff, that you're doing it wrong.
You know, I think they should be a legit playoff contender. They could beat anybody, not just get to the playoff. Who knows how far they can take it.
Someone came out with an article that said Wisconsin can win the national championship. Is that something that has been discussed, talked about as a goal?
Nothing that happens outside really impacts inside the room. And our expectations and our goals inside the room have always been really high.
Here you go. It's good to have you all back, and hope you guys had a good break, and certainly appreciate what you did, really, to get us to this point. We get to start now the 4th phase of preparation for this season, right? And this is the most important phase, and it'll be fun, all right? And we got an opportunity, all right, in front of us that we want to make sure we're fully prepared for.
During his final media availability before the start of camp, Chryst answered a question about postseason expectations by saying, if you focus too much on the outcome of the season, you'll miss all the good times along the way, which starts with something as simple as the annual team photo.
On 3, 1, 2, and...
And fans, they waited more than 3.5 hours to get pictures with the stars of their favorite team.
Thank you very much. Good luck this season.
Thank you so much.
It's about that time, you know, we've been putting a lot of work in this summer, you know, trying to get better. Weight room conditioning, but tomorrow starts the grind for the season. Let's get ready.
Alex Hornibrook. Everyone's talking about him taking the next step.
They returned their entire offensive line, which was maybe the best in the country last year. They've got one of the best running backs in college football.
The defense is going to be rock solid with Jim Leonard as the defensive coordinator.
Let's have fun. It ain't work when you love what you do, baby. It does not work when you love what you do. Get out of today. Compete on 3. 1, 2, 3.